Alrighty, guys. Now we got some news today coming out for the new Hellblade game, and it's pretty interesting news. Now the game's gonna only be 30 frames per second on your Series X or S. And the director, whoever made the game here, he says it's for more of a cinematic look. That's what they're looking for with this game. So that's why it's only going to be 30 frames per second. Now, if you're looking for a cinematic look, that would be 24 frames per second, like the movies are shot. So that is what I consider cinematic. Now, 30 frames per second, I guess, is considered cinematic for video games. But the thing about this is, people, is they say on the PC version, you can increase the frames per second. And that kind of caught the guy in a lie, if you ask me. Basically, what it comes down to is the Xbox Series S and X. They're not powerful enough to run it at 60 frames or better.
They're a lot worse than
So
part one.
the thing is they can say we just chose to do this at 30 frames per second. But the thing is, if that's the case, you can have different modes. You can have a cinematic mode. You can have frames per second mode, resolution mode, whatever you want to call it. So I don't believe what they're saying. And to me, this is a big, this is a turnoff. But still, I'm interested in playing the game. I get it.
Okay.
But just go ahead and say that the system can't handle 60 frames per second. Just go ahead and say that. Now, I don't know what kind of PC you're going to have to get 60 frames per second. My guess is it's going to have to be a very strong PC. So I wonder what the resolution will be on the X version and the S version. I know the S version probably have a hard time hitting 1080p, but I found this interesting. This game should be able to hit 60 frames per second on the Xbox Series S. I don't get that, really, especially the Xbox Series X.
I don't know.
But it's being locked at 30. So PC gamers, you're going to have a great time with this, I guess, if you care about that. But eventually, hopefully they can somehow get it at 60 frames per second. I don't know if they will. I do wonder if this came out on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Let's say it comes out on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and if they re-release it in the new versions of the Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, will they be able to put it at 60 frames per second on that system? And also, I wonder how long the game is going to be, and the game is going to cost $50, so I wonder how long it's going to be. That's what I wonder. Is it going to be a 5-hour game, 6-hour game? Is it going to be short? So, again, I think the game's going to be great. I do need to play the first one. I never did. I probably need to play the first one. But I think the game will be great. I do wish it was, this is one of those Xbox games. I know I talk bad about Xbox and stuff. It's just for fun mostly. But this is one of the games I do want to play on the Xbox. I really do. And I don't care myself that it's at, 30 frames per second. I don't care myself. But the thing is I would like them just to come out and say the system can't do it. The system can't handle it. That's why I like, don't come out and say, we're going to go 30 frames per second for a cinematic look. Because you can put different modes in a game. We know that. You see it on every game just about it. You can pick the frames per second mode, the resolution mode, or whatever. I've done it on the PlayStation 5 all the time with games. And that's just interesting they would do that. So we'll see what happens with it. $50. The game better be at least 10 hours long. But I think $50 is, when it came out for $50, it's only going to be digital only also. So that's another thing you got to remember. Digital only, $50. That means no physical version of the game, just like I think the last one never had a physical version. So that's another big thing that doesn't get mentioned. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it's only $50 also. It's just digital. But the first one was just digital only also. So that's no surprise really. But I think it may come out, that company that makes games, they make physical games of stuff. Sometimes I forget the name of them, but they make physical stuff. So I think the game's going to be great myself, and I'm looking forward to it. I might play it. I don't know. I need to play the first one. I know that much. But this is going to be a PC Xbox exclusive now. So be pretty sweet. This may help Xbox a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll see how it is. We'll see how I'm more interested in really, how long is the game going to be? That's what I'm more interested in. But anyway, as always, I want to thank you so much for watching. And I wish they just didn't lie about this. I don't like how they tried to lie about it and say that. It's going to be 30 frames per second on cinema mode. I hate how they would lie and say that. Just admit the system can't do it. Just admit it. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Have a great day now. Toodles.